Yo, so what's up guys? I hope you guys have been appreciating most of my videos. If you have been appreciating most of my videos, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that I can keep going, and also drop a comment and tell me I have been appreciating your videos, and make sure it's in caps lock so that I know who you are and we should interact, because most of you have been watching my videos and nobody has been commenting. But I appreciate the watch, but your comments are also important to me, and also you subscribing to the channel and turning on the bell notification. So because most of you that are watching this video, you just watch and get information and you don't subscribe, so please do subscribe. So in this video, what I want to talk about is something I have mentioned in one other video, I guess. Check this video up here. I think I mentioned something like that in that video, but in this video I want to elaborate on how you can use Moho Studio easily to create whatever animation you want to create fast and easy. Most of you don't know this, most of you do know it, but you don't do it. Obviously I wouldn't know why, but I have been using Moho Studio for a while now, and I have noticed that this is possible. It's like my last video on AI, that you can just, create animations for yourself easily. So here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So I'll be using this character to properly explain what I am talking about here, because at the end of the day, when you know how to use Moho Studio, or you know how to use an animation software, what you want to do is create animations, tell a story, isn't it? Correct? If I'm correct, please drop a comment below and say you are right. All right. So, but how do you create a quick animation where you tell stories? Let me clear this out really quickly after current layer. All right. So how do you tell quick animations when you have to create like 10 or 15 characters, and where do you start from? And let's say you are a solo animator, or you don't have the budget to employ more animators to work with you, not except you have great friends that are animators themselves and are ready to work with you. But as I know animators, everybody's looking for money, because they need to put money on their table. They need to put food on their table, rather. That is why they had learned how to create animation in the first place. So the first thing you need to do is create one character. All right, create one character and create it properly. So I'll be using this character, my character, as our prop here. So let's say, for example, you have in the story you have a mother, a father, a son for the whole story. That's mother, father, and son. So you have 3 characters to play, and let's say it is your story, so there is no specific look to how it should be or whatever. Or even if you have that, you can still go ahead and just create one character. So my advice, first of all, is create the father figure or the son figure, depending on what age he is. So what you just do here is, let's bring this down so he fits the screen. So let's say this may be our father character, because he looks very matured, isn't it? This is our father character, and maybe you want him to have clothes on, or maybe this is perfect. Let's just assume that this is the father character and he's perfect, and you want to create the mother. You can go ahead and create the mother from this same character. Does that make sense? All right, follow me please, and this is where I'm going to. So you just duplicate the character, and let's call it woman, or let's call it mother, and we hit that, and we'll call this father, and we hit that. So now we'll just turn this off real quickly. Then all you have to do here is turn this character into a female, which shouldn't be that hard. And while turning this character into a female, all you have to do is make sure that you can leave the eyes as it is, so you don't have to tamper with these smart bones here, and you can leave the eyes, the mouth as it is, but all you have to do is just remove the bears and add a little hair and bind it to this. So I'll just do this real quickly so that you just get the whole idea. If you are used to Moho Studio, I guess you already have a good idea of what I am talking about, but that is not the end, because I want to explain something further. So please make sure you're watching this video till the end. So we'll call this hair, H-A-I-R. So we'll call this hair, and we'll drag it behind, also. It should be behind the torso, isn't it? So normally for women, you have the front hair, you have the back hair, and so on and so forth. So what we'll just do here is, for both front hair and back hair, You can go ahead and remove his hair if your character's hair is separate from the head. So this is the head, and that means the hair is separate. So you have this bald guy here. So all we can do here is go ahead and draw the back hair like this. Then we have something like this, depending on the type of hair you want to draw. So I'm doing this really quickly so that we don't waste so much time on this. Sorry, I had my autofill and auto well turned off during some other type of process. Yeah, okay, so we'll now make this black and make this black. So let's just make the hair black. All right, and you can make the hair any color you want, and this is just for tutorial purpose. Okay, so now we have the back hair, something like this. So we'll drag it to the top here, and you can just go ahead and quickly bind the back hair to the head bone. All right, so what we have to do now is go to the front and add a front hair, and we can either convert this hair here at the front to the front hair, or we just create a new one so that we bind it specially so that whatever animation that is on there, we can actually switch and animate it properly as we want. Okay, sorry about that. So we will just go ahead and create a new vector and call that front hair. So now we have the front hair here, and the next thing we'll do now is just go ahead and create a front hair. So I'm going to create a very simple, I don't know what the female called this, but I think it should fly. So a sort of kind of Chinese look. So I'll make here sharp, I'll make here sharp, Control P to hit that point like that. So we'll now have something like this, and we'll bring this hair down a bit so it's just a little bit above the hair, and you have something like this. All right, okay, let's add a little bit of space there. So usually the hair is usually bigger than the head, sort of, as I could remember. And we'll now have so this is just more like quick characterization, and when you are doing yours, you can go ahead and really make it Control P to point and make it really better than what I am doing, but just follow me please. Okay, I just want to pass the idea so that you understand basically how this is done. Okay, so we now have something like this. So if you look at the character now, you know, he's still looking all manly and stuff, but this is the concept we are going for. So now let's go to the mouth and remove the beard. So we'll just quickly delete that out. So I'll just hold shift and hold the bears and hit delete on that. Then for the mouth, I'll just highlight the whole mouth and I'll just scale it down, because for a woman she needs to have a smaller mouth. Then for the nose also, I can leave it like that, or I reduce the size of the nose also, like this. So you can see automatically the character has totally changed, and I will remove that BS, this one at the bottom here. So if I can't keep finding which is which here, all I have to do is come to this layer tool here and just click on that point, and it takes me to the layer itself, and all I have to do is just highlight and delete. Okay, for those newcomers that are on here. Okay, so we now have a smaller mouth, and we need the lips to be red, isn't it? So what we'll have to do is hold on, use our fill tool, pick our color, and we'll make it red, create shape, and also for the top, same thing. And we have red lips for the mouth, and we can highlight the mouth holding shape and reduce that so we reduce the stroke to make it fit. So you can see our character is already looking a bit feminine, like a much more serious feminine character. And what we have to do now is just probably adjust the face a bit here. So we'll go to head. Now all these adjustments we are making, if you notice, we already have smart bones in there. So the smart bones will also come We also need to adjust the face with the smart bones, and I'll just quickly show you how to do that. All right, so what we're trying to do is just, quickly change up the character to look a bit different from the way the male character looks. That is the whole idea. All right, and if you have smart bones in there, like I said, you have to also switch the smart bones also. So if we render this out real quickly, so you can see we have our character looking like a thick female character. All right, so you can go ahead and adjust other parts of the body. Like if we want, we could leave the eyes the way it is, or we could make the eyes much more smaller. We can go to the eyes and make it a little bit smaller or bigger, or whichever way, or we can go into the eyes folder itself and adjust it to whichever way you want, and also go ahead and add eyelashes if you want, then also bind it to the that layer. Okay, never forget to bind it. All right, so let's say this is our female looking character. Maybe we could adjust the head a bit. I don't have much time on this video to do all this, but I hope you are getting the idea. If you are getting the idea at this moment, please drop a comment below and tell me I get the idea. Okay, then for the ears, we can go to the ears now and just reduce the size of the ears, because the ears is quite big. So reduce the size of the ears here. Sorry, my bad. So reduce the size of the ears and probably shift it in a bit, and we can go ahead and copy the position, the scale rather. Okay, we have 1 1 and 0, so let's just reduce the other ear here, same thing. So just make sure it fits and shift it in a bit so it looks more feminine. Then we can go ahead and add an earring if we want on the ear. So you can just go ahead, let me just add an earring here. So let me just hit yellow and draw a yellow circle at this point and drag the yellow circle out here, then Control C, then I go to the next ear, then Control V and I paste it, then okay. So if you look at it, we have a feminine sort of looking character. So let's go to the front end, and all I'm just doing here, I'm rushing this. So you can go ahead and adjust this as much as you want. So we can shift the hair a little bit much more higher than this if we want to make the eyes be seen properly, or we can go ahead and cover it as much as we want. So let's just maybe just leave it like this for now. All right, then let's bind this hair to the head here. Then the back hair, we have something like this also. Then we can just adjust the back hair to, maybe this is too long or whatever. So the same way we have created this, we're adjusting this character to fit like this. It's the same way we'll go ahead and adjust the body also, because the hands are actually very thick, they are manly, but we need it to look much more feminine. So we want it to be a little bit more slender, because we are not dealing with a fighter here, we're dealing with a lady. So you can go ahead and adjust the arms, the body, and so on and so forth. So okay, I think I should just go ahead and do it, but while I do this, you will see it being fast forwarded. All right, so let me adjust it. She said she want to hold it down for me.
You are now listening to Rumba.
She said she want to hold it down for me, be my friend, looking out for me, every day be around for me, hold me tight and go down for me. She said she want to own my heart, give me everything that I ever wanted, but darling, we are need too deep. You are married and not with now me. Waiting you want, make a go tell my papa. Nothing is hidden under the sun, and my girlfriend already suspects something. Now waiting you want, make a go tell my mama. Oh. I don't wanna be no cause of broken homes, and this temptation is way too. So I'm running. I keep running, no, no, no. I keep running. I keep running, no, no, no. I try to pray, I can't. I try to sleep, I can't, no, no. Cause you're beautiful, darling. Way too cool for me, that's why I'm running. So you could see how I have adjusted the arm. I know it was a little bit fast because I'm trying to also buy time, but you could see how I adjusted the arm to fit or suit the body. It's not perfect, yes, but this is how you should go ahead and do it. So you could see we are not spending so much, Ctrl Z, so undo that. We are not spending so much time recreating a character, but we are just building from what we already have, and all the bones are already bonded. So that means all we just have to do is just adjust the actions on the bones and adjust all those other parts and so on. Yes, there's sort of a lot of work to do because you have to delete, because you could see this happening. You would expect it just to work what I call it perfectly, but it's not working as perfect as you want it to be. You understand? So for us to fix this right now, we have to go into the smart bones and delete whatever is there and readjust the arm to suit it. That is just what I'm saying. And also, by the time we're able to do that successfully, all right, I think I need to show you how to do that. I don't think I can go ahead and readjust this arm. I guess you already know how to readjust this arm. You can do it in two ways. You can go ahead and delete this other arm here that is not yet adjusted. You just delete it, then copy this one. You copy this one here, then you paste it on this other side, and you paste the same fingers on this other side. Then you bind it to the bone there. As easy peasy. All right. So I hope you understand what I'm explaining and it's not too complicated. So let me go ahead and show you the adjustments, because by the time you come here, you come to the bones and try to, if we go up to the mother, the main bone itself, and we try to, let's say head up, head down, you can see what is happening, because the old adjustment that was there before, that is what is still being applied. So the width, the length, the everything as the keyframe was still applies, but for the eyes and mouth, everything will still work almost perfectly. You can see how the mouth is warping, and we have to adjust the face also, and so on and so forth. So let's go in and adjust the mouth so that the mouth will be perfect for this female character. All right, so you go to the actions here, then the mouth is already clicked, so you scroll down and you see it, mouth open and mouth closed. Then we just double click on it, then we'll go to frame 48. You see that, then all you have to do is, this is for the bone where it slides to, so you go into the mouth. At that point, all you have to do is just delete it like this, highlighting it and deleting it. Go to the head where it is, the head here, and you delete it at that same point like this, so you can see everything comes back normal. So what you have to do now is just go back to the mouth and open the mouth now to fit the female mouth. So you can see this will make your life really simple and easy, because you are the one who made the character actually. So all you have to do is just drag the mouth down here, you highlight the tooth also, you drag it down to the bottom, and that's all basically. And all you have to do is just adjust this like this, depending on how you want the female character to talk, so on and so forth. You hide the tooth behind the lips, all right, like this. You can drag this here, or whatever you want. You could just hide it in there. This is mouth open, all right. So then you drag the back of the mouth also to cover the space that is out there, okay. And like voila, you have your mouth open. My system is running on a full CPU at the moment because of the job, so it's a little bit slow. So we'll just bring up the teeth, or tooth rather, just a bit out, and adjust it a bit here like this. So it all depends on, for me, this is the way I have created my mouth. and it all depends on how you have created your own mouth. You understand? So you could just go ahead and also highlight the top of the mouth like this, holding control right now, and I'm highlighting only a few points on the top of the mouth just to drag it up a bit so that it feels that like the mouth really opened. All right, then I drag this in here and make sure that we have a clean mouth open, not a mouth open where you have other parts coming out of the mouth. I don't think that will look right in the eyes of anybody or as a professional. So since it's your work, you take your time to just adjust this. But all I'm trying to say is it wouldn't take you so much more time starting over, redrawing, and so on and so forth. So let's just drag this down here and just put it at the back like this, and so we have the mouth open. So we can go now to the head. All right, so since the mouth open, we want everything, the jaw too, to follow suit, isn't it? So we'll highlight up onto the jaw point that we want to open, then just drag it down a bit, just a bit. All right, so by the time we drag this from the timeline, when the mouth closes, you could see we have something like this. So that's all you have to do actually. You go to the mouth open, mouth closed, the head up, head down, and all those other places that are not properly, I'll double click on the main line right now, all those other places that are not properly adjusted, and all you have to just do is do the same thing that I just did here. Go to the bone, go to your action, delete the part of the action that were there before, and just readjust it, and everything will work perfectly well. And the next thing that I want to tell you about before our time runs out is all you have to do after creating this. If you follow me, please drop a comment and say I understand what you are talking about, and so that I can actually go on and probably not make another video explaining this long story, and I hope it's not that confusing to you. All right, so if you are successful in doing this and you're able to create the mother, you're able to create the father, the next thing you need to do is go ahead and create pre-made actions. So you will look at your story. What will they be doing most of the time? So will they be walking around? So you create a walking action. So let's say we turn on the father. All you have to do, I think I should just explain this. I don't have to start animating it again, since you guys know about animation. What you have to do now is just go ahead and create pre-made actions. All right, so you go ahead and create a walking action, a head nodding action, a talking action, and so on, and you save it within your character. Like what I have here, I have like a walk forward action here. You could see this. Maybe I play it so you see. So my character is not in place. This is for the father. Sorry, I was working on the mother. So I double click on the father right now. Then I go to the walk forward action, and if I play it, you could see the father walking forward, or the character rather is walking forward. So you see, I have this already pre-made. So all I have to do is, whenever there's an animation for him to walk forward, all I have to do is just copy this information or these keyframes and just paste it there within the animation, and all you have is just, you know, animation moving forward. So it is best you pre-plan this before you start creating or before you start making your animation scenes or putting it together. So what am I trying to explain from the beginning is, you don't have to go ahead and create the whole character, the whole 15 character for your animation. All you have to do is just create one character, adjust some of the parts to make it look a bit different. You don't have to go into so much details. You can only go into so much details in some of the characters, like the mother and maybe the girl child. But if it's the male character, maybe for a boy, all you just have to do is probably just, you know, shrink this character to a smaller size, and, you know, make him warp just a little bit that he doesn't look too warped. Then you go in and probably remove his bears, and, you know, reduce the eyes or make the eyes much more bigger, reduce the nose, and probably remove his hair and change his clothing and so on and so forth, and change his shoes, and he just look totally different. But every other smart actions you have there will be totally perfect for you to use. And if you change the whatever adjustment you have made on the character, make sure you make the same adjustment on the smart bones and create actions, pre-made actions down, these are going to just be like things that I explained in this video up here that I talked about AI, that you can actually create quick animations for whatever drawings you have. And so you've already pre-made this, and your animations will be fast, smooth, and easy, and you tell your story quickly. Alright, because you can actually make actions for virtually everything. So for him talking, and you don't want to go ahead and just like the Chinese animation that we have, that their mouth is never lip synced to the character. So all you have to do is just create an action like this for your character. So let me just quickly show you that in case of those that are confused. So all we have to do is just go into actions. We'll just add an action here and just call it mouth, M-O-U-T-H, talk, T-A-L-K. And since that is saved, it now automatically takes us to the place of action. Then all we have to do is just move a couple of frames. We open the mouth, we move another frame, we close the mouth, and you can just go ahead and duplicate this, or you use your interpolation and create a cycle interpolation here, and you just see his mouth moving or whatever, however you want it. But I would prefer you just leave it as it is, so that all you have to do is just copy the keyframes and paste it wherever you want. So let's say if we copy this now, this is the action itself, and we'll just go back to our main line, and we now go to the father figure. And so let's say at this point, then we'll just Ctrl V to paste our action. So you can see automatically the action just pastes there, and our character is already talking. So we can just duplicate this by copying and pasting it in more frames on the timeline. So the character is, I don't really like what is happening here. So something like that. You understand what I'm saying? And you can go ahead and just adjust. All I'm trying to do is just show you a very much simpler way to make your animation simple. If you understand all I have said, please drop a comment below. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I know I am talking quite animatedly at the moment, but I am very excited about this, and I hope you're excited about it. Also, if you want me to make a more comprehensive video about this, drop a comment below and I will for you. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Ciao.